Hello everyone, welcome to the Mint analysis for 12th March 2022. I have already shared the text analysis on my group, and in case you want to join it, you can see the link in description. So our first highlight is RBI tells Paytm Bank not to open new accounts. So recently the regulator is seeking an audit report on its IT system, and based on which it will take a decision whether the Paytm should go ahead with opening new accounts or not. So it's not a regular procedure that is taken out. It's a type of supervisory concern that is taking place right now, because in the past as well we have observed that Paytm was not complying to many of the rules set by RBI. So for example, in March 2020 itself, there were some violations which included lack of internal audit, inadequate measures relating to know your customer, and delay in reporting of credit fraud cases. So these were the concerns, and even before that, RBI took a similar action in August 2018 after an audit found it violated KYC rules. So this is a regular thing with Paytm Bank, and that's why RBI was worried about it, and it took this measure of auditing the system itself. And this stricture, this kind of audit, it is imposed under the section of 35A of the Banking Regulation Act. So because of which the shares of its parents company also fell. So this is all about the news. Next is founder leads new round in Byju's at a valuation of 22 billion. So in the pandemic itself, Byju's actually was able to capitalize on the situation, and it acquired many new firms based on which it was able to strengthen its business and acquire more customer base. So all the schools were going online. So the school learning was also online, and people were actually able to utilize these platforms because it becomes a little cheaper when you are doing it online. And that's why after capitalizing the situation, after capitalizing the returns, they are now trying to expand their business, and I think they are also going to expand in US. So for that they needed fund, and they have recently raised $800 million, and based on this fund, their company is valued at $22 billion. I hope you understand the back-end procedure, back-end calculation going behind it. So which is that if they have raised 800 million by selling some stake, then if they would have sell 100% stake, that would come to $22 billion. So that's how they have reached a valuation, and the current plans have already been discussed. Now next news is factory production expands by 1.3% in January on mining push. Although it looks like it's a recovery, but it is not, because it's just 1.3%, and this is also because the base was very low. So after the pandemic, the factories were low, they were producing low. So the base itself becomes low, and even a marginal increase in that base would, make the increase a little more. So here we can see that it's 1.3% up in January. However, it is led by mining and manufacturing sectors. And also the capital goods segment is itself contracted. So the capital goods sector, which means the capital goods are basically those goods which are further used to produce another goods. So capital goods are not directly sold to the consumer. It means that the manufacturing business, so if I'm going to manufacture something, I will need the capital goods, and that capital goods I am not buying, because of which the capital goods sector is contracting. So this is actually how we can see the actual impact on the economy and what is currently going on. It's not a recovery that you uh, might be expecting here. Next is Titan buys stake in lab-grown diamond maker for $20 million. So Titan is very fast in acquiring these companies. Yesterday we saw that it has acquired Noise, which is a wearable company. So wearables we have smartwatches and other such things. So now it has acquired the lab-grown diamond maker for $20 million. So it's a strategy for business when they don't want to do the R&D and start the business from the scratch, because it will take a lot of time and resources of the company. So they simply acquire such companies to gain the expertise, their specialization, and then have the returns. Next is quick commerce companies to double gig worker hires. So the e-commerce industry, we have already seen its boom in the pandemic also. So the consumer habits are changing. They like to prefer buying online because it's easier. Because of which these gig workers who actually deliver your product, that is increasing in a huge number, and it is said that the quick commerce is set to touch 5.5 billion by 2025, and these jobs will touch a million in fiscal year 2023. So, and also, just to give you a definition of gig workers, it's actually on contractual basis that they come. It's temporary and on-call contract sometime, on-call worker. Next is India tightens IPO valuation scrutiny. So after we saw the discount on Paytm's IPO, so it was heavily discounted when it was listed on the stock exchange for the first time. So now India is trying to see how the companies are actually valuing their IPO, because of which it has raised question on how the key internal business matrices are used to arrive at valuations, and because of this, the new companies that were going to come up with their IPO are a little feared, as it might delay their plan or they will have to disclose so many other things. But it is a right step because there are many foreign investors as well who invest in India. So it comes to the image of India as well if such an IPO, Paytm IPO, gets flopped. So it was an important step, and I think it's very regular. It should be there. Next is Nokia to replace Vodafone Idea's Huawei equipment. So we have came across this news about Huawei that it tried to invade the taxes by showing some expenses, and when asked from the income tax department that where are these expenses that you have incurred, they were not able to provide a clarification. And this thing, invading tax, were going on from such a long time, so it has lost its trust. Now a government is also trying to avoid it due to security reason because it's a Chinese company. And Vodafone Idea, which was actually using its equipment, which is 4G radio equipment, is now shifting to Nokia's equipment for the same. And you can see here that the Voda Idea stakes are such that government has 35.8%. So you can see how much influential it becomes from how much influential government can be on Vodafone Idea. So 35.8% is to government, and then 28.5 is held by Vodafone, and 17.8% by Aditya Birla. Next is Fitch Mills India's uncertainty before sealing rating action. So we have seen that S&P Global has already given its rating about India's credit profile, and it was a stable outlook because India has a buffer in foreign exchange reserves, and even if it faces a little decline, it will be able to accumulate it much faster. But the other agency, which is Fitch, is still assessing the credit profile of India and will be giving the credit rating after some time. Next is RBI likely to revise growth inflation forecast for fiscal year 2023. So, in this news, we have seen that the Russia-Ukraine war crisis has actually affected the economy in many ways, and we were asking the government to RBI or the central bank to actually increase or decrease the interest rates. So there were a lot of uncertainties, and finally, RBI has decided to revise the growth inflation forecast, based on which we will be able to take the decision on what should be the interest rate, how should the policies be formed. So it's a good step, and this is all we have. Next is no relief in sight for medical students back from Ukraine. So the parents of these students and the students itself and the society also, they are saying that you should be able to absorb these students in Indian system itself. However, it is very difficult because they are such large in number. So a government will have to take some steps, and we will see the developments as and when it happens. Next is India Canada FTA talks begin. So it's a regular thing that goes on, that India has free trade talks with many other countries where they decide which commodities we want to give push to. So India will put, for example, agriculture products first, and then Canada will also do the same things. The commodities it wants to gain, it wants to sell in India. And we have also seen that Canada accounts for $3 billion or 0.8% of India's total outbound shipments. So this is the figure. This is how much outbound shipments we have to Canada, and this is why it becomes important. And next is also the finance minister invites Canadian pension funds to invest in infrastructure projects. So right now India is trying to build its infrastructure, which is, you can see, say, capital expenditure, and it is trying to acquire as much funds as possible from all the available resources, and Canadian pension funds is the next resource it is seeking. Next is crude prices ease as Russia assures it will fulfill its supply obligation. So since Russia is saying that it will supply the crude, that's why there is a little fall in crude prices. Now next is supply side challenges go on. Auto dispatches see 23% dip. So automobile sector is actually seeing a challenge from the supply side as well as from the demand side. Supply side because of the shortage of semiconductor chips, and from the demand side because of increase in oil prices, and because of which it has seen a dip of 23%. Next is this is about, it's a very short article. India manages finances well, but global energy prices to hurt. So since global energy prices has gone up by so much, it will be difficult for India to manage it, because even if it cuts down the VAT on fuel, still the consumer will have to pay a lot when buying these products which has oil derivatives, crude derivatives, etc. So it's a difficult situation for India even after that. Next is, we have seen Titan picks 17.5% stake in lab grown diamond, and the last news was about the factory, the mining, and the mining, because of the mining push we are seeing that there is a 1.3% increase in IIP, which is, here you can see index of industrial production. So the index has seen a 1.3% rise. However, the capital segment has seen a contraction. So that's all we have in today's newspaper. Hope you have liked it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.